Hello everybody, this is Carol from Friendly Quail. I'm here today working on my challenge with Anna, the Carol Anna Challenge. Hashtag Carol Anna Challenge. With Anna from Made by Granath. And I'm going to, I sewed my signatures into the book, and I'm going to be decorating pages today and adding the things on my list. Now, last time I made this writing board, and I finished it, and I did put this matte varnish on it. See if you can, yeah, that's what I put on it. And listen, can you hear that? It's nice and tough. And so but I do have some things I can cross off because it is, has an owl and it has mushrooms. And I can cross off writing board. So I have only a couple of things left, and this I'm going to do today. This is on something I'm putting in, and I did make a coin window that I'll put in, but I'm going to be decorating a lot of things on pages today. So, see, I have my garden gnome. Now, my garden gnome, I didn't have a book that had a garden gnome in it. My husband did, but I couldn't cut it up. So I took a photograph of a page with a gnome, and then I ended up printing it on my computer on a piece of cardstock, not real heavy, but a piece of cardstock. And then I fussy cut him out, and so he's going to go into my book today. And I need stamps yet. So I have stamps, and I did put one in already. And then I have my coin envelope. Now, coin window. I did a coin window with a real flower in it, and it looked horrible because the flower was kind of yucky colored. I dried it, but it wasn't that great. So I made a new one with, I cheated. This is a washi sticker. But it looked pretty cool, so it's not as dark on the back, and you can kind of see the outline of the washi sticker. I tried to do one and cut that off. I got fingerprints all over it. So this is better, believe me. So that'll go in the book. I also have a real slide that my dad had taken. He used to grow dahlias, and I have a slide of his in here. So it looks a little alligatory mouth, which it might be, but part of that is because I've been throwing things in it saying, okay, I'm going to put this on this page. Now, the other day, I made some fabric tabs, and I followed a video on Louise Heinzel, and she did hers mostly with lace. I put fabric pieces in, and but I did follow her thing where I took a 2.5-inch piece of muslin. This was coffee dyed. Actually, it was curtain material. And then she stamped down the middle of it with black stamping, permanent stamping. She stamped kind of all over it, which I did with some things. And then she stamped in the middle where the actual tab will be sticking out. And then just put one piece of lace on the back. And so it just looks like that. You'll see it when I put it on. And then on this side, she did mostly lace. I added some lace. This is the only lace in this book because I didn't want to put a lot of lace in it. And some threads, and then pieces of fabric and a button on this one. Some have buttons, some don't. And I'm going to glue these on to this page. This one's going on here. So what I'm going to do is just put glue on this part right here so that I can get this lined up the way I want it on the page. and I'm putting it at the top of the page. Thread coming off there. Okay, and now I'm going to put glue on this side, and I'm going to put it so that this is sticking out like a tab would, and it's the part that's just fabric. But I'm going to put glue mostly on here. But I also want some glue on here. I don't want it to suck through too much. Folding it over to where I want the tab sticking out. So now that'll stick out the side of the book like this. And I have a number of them. Oh, and this one too. This is going on here. This is something I made just with muslin and a paper clip, which I had used some alcohol ink, I guess it was. Okay, and this is actually going on here, and it's going down near the bottom because I needed something to balance out the bigger ones that I'm putting on. Okay. That'll be sticking out like that. Need a little bit more glue on here. Okay. To make sure this doesn't stick. Here's the transparency that I put on. The Tim Holtz transparency. And this is actually, this one I just did is in the second signature. But I'm also going to be putting one of the other ones on there. I think temporarily I'm going to have to put something to keep that from sticking. Sorry about that. I'm just taking some this is freezer wrap, so there's plastic on it. So if I put this like this, because I feel like there's too much glue on there, that will keep it protected. This one seems okay, like it's not gonna stick pages together. Okay, I'm gonna flip back. Where did I put the next one? Here. Okay, so this is the next one. Now what you do is you make these all in a row, and then you cut them apart. So I did all 5 in a row and then cut them apart. So this one is going to go on this page, which I'll show you better later. But I have to look at where to put it. So I'm kind of putting it so it overlaps, because they're kind of big. To get all 5 on, I have to overlap this I kind of looked at them about an inch, maybe. And maybe what I should do is put the middle one on first. This is going on here. I'll tell you more about this later too. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the back on first. I want to get this kind of in the middle of the page. And I'm covering up that sewing right there too. Oh no, I got glue. I stuck to my gnome. I'll let it dry and I'll get it off later. Got a little bit of glue on there. Sometimes this starts to go too fast. Okay, I have a button on that one too, but now in the middle one I'm not going to have a button. This one. So if I look at this compared with this one, I want to overlap them so it's not quite I'm glad I did the middle one first. It's maybe about 3/4 of an inch, so I have a better idea where to put that one. And actually I am going to make a small mark right here. If I can get my pencil to work. Okay, then I'm going to put this over. Did do a few things without being on camera, but I thought I'll take you with me with decorating. Okay. Make sure that's going to be good. Yep. And now the rest of it. Okay. Sorry for the noise. I need a piece to put here, just in case. Alright, and then I think what I'll do is I'll go to the last one. Where is that one? Here. It's going to be on this page. Again, this one has a button. The three middle ones, or 3 of them had buttons and 2 didn't. And this one will be at the bottom of the page. Right. glue on this side. So I hope everyone's doing well. We've been really busy. Tonight we're going to a murder mystery dinner, which should be fun. You work with people at a table to try to figure out the whodunit. Haven't actually done a lot of that where I took part in it. I mean, I'm not in it, but I mean where I actually had to figure out who the murderer was. I've done a little bit of that. Okay, now I can go back and put the one in between, which is right here. So I'm going to figure out where to put it. And get that right amount of overlap. Okay. And I don't know if these are exactly all the same size either because I just cut them apart by eye. Don't want to do that. This is going to go right there. And maybe I'll put all the glue on at once. It'll go faster. The glue kind of tends to dry up. All right. I think I will link the video that I looked at when I did these down below, so that if you want to try it, you'll know where to go, because she, I'm sure, can teach it a lot better than me. Okay. Okay. I think I did better when I didn't do all the glue at once. I have to get this more in the middle. Yeah, that's better. This one I have some of the threads and things on. Hopefully I didn't get as much glue though on other pages. As it dries. Ah, see, I got some glue on there. Okay. Come back to that. This one doesn't feel like there's any glue on it. How about this one? Nope. And I think we're good here. And this is dry enough now. And this one's good. Okay, I have one more thing to put on up here. Which is similar to the paper clip, but this one has an old safety pin on it. I'm going to put some glue on here. I'll put it on the paper. Alright, and a little glue on here. Sorry, when I concentrate, I forget to talk. That's why sometimes it's better for me to just do stuff on my own, but I thought I gotta show you how I'm decorating. Oh, okay. And those, I'm going to put like a little bead dangle or something on those two that are stuck out. Because now I've got the 5 going down like this. I have one here and I have one up here. That kind of balances it out. Okay. Cap my glue. Now, what else? Those were an important thing I wanted to get done. It's not part of my list. But I can show you I have more mushrooms. This is a piece of paper that I aged with mushroom symbols on it. And this is her great uncle that she inherited the house from. So I just made him into a little tuck right here. I gotta get glue off my fingers. All right. And in this first pocket here, I have child with a dog. This is supposed to be her when she was a little girl, and her uncle, when she gets to the house, her great uncle, has this portrait of her from when she was a child. This is her now. Okay. I think I'm naming her Edna after my grandma. The only grandma I actually knew. So this was just a folded up piece of coffee dyed scrapbook paper. I'm going to come back and do some things too. I made this tag. I took some of the collage paper from Tim Holtz and put it on a time card that it was coffee dyed, and then I decorated it. I have ribbon under here, and I have some this I made little labels, and I made a punched whale tail, and that is in here. Let's see what else. Some of these pages are going to get some stuff done to them. Might be in the next video. Okay. This page, I added a color transparency of a slide. Now this, no. Yeah, I got a little something on there. Probably a piece of glue. But this was, if you fold it out, you can kind of hold it up to the light. My dad took a picture of a dahlia, and I put it on with the linen tape, Tim Holtz, and then I put a little washi on this side because I needed something there, but the linen tape was too thick. This is just a postcard type thing that I had from scrapbook paper, and I stitched some flowers on it with embroidery. I'll hold it up so you can see it, and made it into a pocket. And then this is a piece of Tim Holtz that I yellowed the back with antique linen, so I have a pocket there. Put that transparency on here. This is a piece of vellum, so I thought it went really neat there. And here's our little paper clip that I just put on. I did take a page and do some of the peekaboo type I made holes and then put vellum on the back. This is Tim Holtz vellum. This was from a card that I had bought, and then labels. And I copy crafted that from Anna, who did that. And I looked at the original video too from Took's Craft Table. And I liked the way Anna described it better. So I was very, you know, that was one she did on her Use It or Lose It. Okay, here we have the other side of that page plus our tab. So, really like how that turned out. Just did one. And here is a fold-in that I'm going to make into a pocket, I think, to put this tag in. This is another one where I used some of that collage paper from Tim Holtz on a time card, cut it down, decorated it with a piece of ribbon and a label, put a little fabric tab on the top. So let's get this glue, and I'm just going to make this into a little folded pocket page. All right. I'll let that dry before I put it in. Okay, here's a pocket that I put in. This was one I had made in my pockets thing. It folds out like this. And I think I'm going to put a tab on here to pull it out. But I put a few things in, like birds. Here's a card I made, and one of the Tim Holtz things. Have anything else in there? No. Okay, but I think I will put a tab to kind of, because this is just paper. So I'm going to have to do that. And I'll decide what tab I'll put on it later. But I had made that in my 12 Days of Pockets. And because it had a bird and a key, because there's a lock on the door to the garden, that will be there. Okay, now this one I'm going to put here, so I have to move this. This is the pocket belly band I made, and I made this as a tag to go inside of it. Started with scrapbook paper and put a little book page on, and this is a fussy cut from one of my wildflower books, and put the tab on, and then I just put a little eyelet in here and a little tassel with a bead made from thread, the same thread that I sew with. So this is going to go in as a belly band pocket, and then you can also put stuff behind it like a paper or something like that. Originally made out of that envelope. I'm going to put some glue down here and some glue up here, and then put that onto the page. Now you can make these envelope pockets go either way, but if I have it with the opening here, I like to have it on the right page. If I have it with the opening on the other side, I like to have it on the left-hand page, so that you can put your tag in there. You can see through in the window the fussy cut. I think that looks really nice. And then slide something in underneath it. I'll put a piece of paper or something thin probably under that. I'm looking what time it is, or how long I've been on here. 29 minutes. So we'll do a couple. I'll show you a couple more things, and then I'll stop. Then I'll make another video for another day. Okay, I was going to tell you about this. This is a birthday card I got from one of my sisters in 1995, and I know that because she wrote a letter inside of it. And the letter was written in purple. So I put a napkin over it. So you can still read some of the writing. You know, the teaching, are looking, mom tells me, you know, off work, living. So I can still see words, dear Carol. And, but it's not totally there. And then I took a piece of ribbon and I stitched it in the middle and on each side, so I could use it as a belly band. This is something I made in my 12 Days of Pockets. It opens up and there's some little envelope or little pockets inside. And I just am going to put some very thin pieces of ephemera in here. That fit nicely. Of course, you could put more, and then I am going to tie it back up. I like to tie things upside down, because then my bow gets better. My way of tying bows is the two bunny tail, bunny ears method, which my dad taught us how to tie our shoes with that, and I still do it. Oops, I did it. Or did I lose my other bunny? Oh, sure. I've been tying my shoes for, let's see, probably almost 70 years. And I feel very klutzy doing this on camera with this ribbon. See, I pulled it to, there we are. Maybe it's a little loose. I could do it a little tighter. But that is going on this side in the belly band. And on this side, I have a guest check that I had put a piece of napkin on with Mod Podge. And I did use Mod Podge with this. And then before I put it in the book, I used some wax on it. This is what I use. It's a finishing wax. Got it off Amazon. It's a natural. It has beeswax, walnut, carnauba, and other plant oils. So I rub it on with a little cloth like this. I dip in it. It's like that. And I put that on it. And it has a little bit of a strange smell, but it dissipates after a short time. So that keeps it from sticking. Okay, back of the card, I just put a piece of book page on. Let's see, what else do I want to show you before I end? And then when I come back, we're going to be decorating more pages. Whoops, I closed that one a little too soon. Can erase off the glue of it once it's dry. All right, good there. This is dry, but it's still, it's got a little bit of glue on there. If you use one of these soft white erasers, it works really good once the glue's dry. Yep. All right. Right now that's just in there. I'm going to figure out what to do with that. And how are we here? All dry? Yep. Oh, And this is going to be the young man that she ends up getting married to. You'll hear it in the story. So this is going to be back here because that's more to the end of the story. I'm going to put it in the book. I'm going to do it as a letter that she's writing to a friend of hers, telling her about how she came into this house from her great uncle Irwin, and the garden, all about the garden and how she meets him, and that'll be in the story. Okay? This I want to do a little peekaboo on, I think, but I'll wait until the next time. So for now, we're going to end, and I'll see you in the next video. Do something that makes you happy today, something you love doing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.